is what Brock's doing is real. I mean, he's a talented guy who's very tough, and when he does make mistakes, he understands why, and then he tries to learn from them. He doesn't have a ton of experience in this league and playing, so every time he goes out there, whether it is good or bad, I feel like when you got the skill set and you play the game the right way, he's only going to get better from it. So there's a number of situations that happened today that he didn't get in his other 4 games, and yes, I do think that helps. And it's nice when you look at our whole team. I think we've been playing well here for a while, but I thought our whole team today, there's a number of things that we got to make sure that we don't give it to people. And I thought we did that a little bit on special teams with the missed field goal. I thought, defense would have covered in the first half, and I felt the same with offense. There's a number of things, a couple penalties, a couple of plays that protection issues I thought we should have had. But that's why I'm so proud of the guys too, because that's bound to happen. That's why it's tough to win 9 in a row. And when you do that stuff, I'm not sure if we are, but we pulled it out. We got some guys who stuck with it. Like, no one got frustrated, and they just kept battling regardless, and the Raiders answered so many times, but we ended up doing it last.
What's up? Purdy Sports Gamer here, and I just wanted to do this article as a follow-up to the highlights that Brock Purdy earns high marks for leading 49ers from behind. As you can see from Shanahan, he's giving them high praise. It says, since taking over for Jimmy Garoppolo, rookie Brock Purdy has passed a number of tests for 49ers, and this was the biggest test because he wasn't down before, and he finally led the 49ers to a comfort-behind victory. So the 49ers faced the fourth quarter deficit for the first time with Purdy as starter, and nobody quite knew how he would handle it. And as you can see from the game, he handled it pretty good, didn't he? But he's passed like every test so far. Next week they're facing Arizona. It shouldn't be a tough game. I didn't think the Raiders game would be tough either, so we'll see what happens. It was the 49ers' 9th straight win, the longest streak since they had an 11-game surge in 1997. Brock Purdy became the first quarterback to win 4 straight starts since Big Ben went 13-0 in 2004. Insanity, 13-0 for Big Ben with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That he did it in a game in which the Niners just got their second win when trailing by double digits in the second half since Kyle Shanahan took over in 2017. That is insane. That's only the second win. So when you go down double digits in the second half, they don't win. And that's disheartening to hear. The thing for the 49ers is always to get to a big start and let the defense take over from there. But they didn't get it this game. The defense didn't show up for most of the game. It had a couple of key interceptions, but didn't show up for most of the game. And as you heard from Shanahan, what Brock is doing is real. He's a talented guy who is tough. When he makes mistakes, he understands why and tries to learn from them. He doesn't have a ton of experience in this league. So every time he goes out there, whether good or bad, I feel when you got the skill set and play the game the right way, he's only going to get better from it. And that's true, man. I think he's going to get better and better and better. As long as he's, during the week, preparing, looking at film, seeing his mistakes, and improving upon them. Because there were a couple of times, McCaffrey once, and the backup tight end the second time, where they were wide open, and he looked to the left, he looked in the middle of the field, he would have saw them, and I think McCaffrey was to the right, he would have saw them and got an easy touchdown. Instead, I think they ended up with a field goal instead. So those are opportunities where he can improve upon, and hopefully he does, looks at film and improves it. Purdy finished 22 of 35 for 284 and 2 touchdowns and interception. There's coming a common theme where he gets 2 touchdowns, but he also gets an interception. And there was games where he didn't have interception, but he did, but it was called back for a penalty on the other team, but he got lucky. Hopefully he can eliminate some of those interceptions. The one in this game, he tried to force it to Kittle down the middle, and he shouldn't have, but he tried it and he got intercepted. It was the 5th straight game of multiple touchdown passes, tied for the second longest streak by a rookie since 1970 merger. Justin Herbert did it for 7 straight games in 2020. And Purdy has thrown multiple touchdowns each of the past 5 games, tying Dak Prescott in 2016 is the only rookies to do so and win all 5 of those games in NFL history. As you can know, when he came in for the Miami game, he ended up winning that game. They were down. Perhaps the most impressive was what Purdy was able to do in the fourth quarter. Entering Sunday, he has played a total of 9 snaps with the 49ers trailing at any point in the 5 games. He has been a primary starter. That is incredible. And as you can see, all 9 of those snaps came from when he entered for Garoppolo with 9:30 left in the first quarter against the Dolphins. So the last 3 games before the Raider games, the 49ers never was losing. They were always winning. And that's Purdy, who gets them down to score a touchdown on the opening drive and gets them the lead. And they didn't give it up. This game was a little different, and I'm glad this game happened. I'm glad just to see how Purdy would react and how he would perform being down in a tense situation where they're trying to move up in the standings. They still have a shot at the number 1 seed, albeit it's going to be real tough because Philly's playing the Giants, and I think the Giants have nowhere to go. I don't think they can catch it. They're stuck in that 6th seed, so they might rest their starters against Philly. I hope they don't, but I think they will. And I think Hurts is definitely going to come back after Minshew was horrible against the Saints. So I think Hurts will be back, and I think Philly's going to rebound and get that number 1 seed. After falling behind 24-14, Purdy led 49 scoring drives in regulation. Yeah, that's insane. He didn't bow to the pressure, and he led them. He didn't make any mistakes. He led them to 4 scoring drives. He led another one for a missed field goal, which Gould. He's usually clutch, but luckily it didn't cost them. They still won the game. With the win, the 49ers leapfrog Minnesota Vikings for the number 2 seed. The 49ers hold the tiebreaker, but better conference record. And I can see they have a shot to get the number 1 seed, but I don't think they will. I want to do this follow-up video to show that Shanahan and the players are big time behind Purdy, and they're going to start to have confidence in him. And he's going to lead them, I think, to the Super Bowl. I don't think there's anyone going to stop him. And I'm hoping I'm not biting my words like I almost did with the Raiders game, but I don't see anyone stopping them. I don't know who could beat them. Dallas is, like I said in my other video, Dallas is normally a playoff choker. They might not even be playing the 49ers. They probably lose to Tampa or something. Philly, I don't think they just need another year. I think another year of experience. I don't think they're going to perform in the playoffs. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Purdy? Are you excited about him as I am? I'm so excited about this season with the 49ers. And I'm looking forward to next week against Arizona and into the playoffs, either against Green Bay, which I think Green Bay is going to get into the playoffs. Hopefully not. Maybe Detroit's going to be tough too, the offense. I think they'll roll into the playoffs, number 2 seed, and perform well and get into the Super Bowl. And we'll talk about that once that happens. But let me know what you think. Please subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you. See ya.